Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. Currently working on the Enterprise D, the Steinbach variant. And we're doing pretty good here. I'm actually working on Deck 4, which is the main hangar complex. I've been going along, filling in the walls, setting up the crew quarters, and such things as that. Anyways, it's been kind of a slow process, unfortunately. I was hoping it'd go by a little bit quicker, but this deck has a lot of little things and stuff in it that need to be tweaked and adjusted and fitted in and stuff like that. I've taken some creative license with the deck layout. Hello. I don't know what that was there for, but hey, it's there. Anyways, I went ahead and I started filling in the walls for these cargo areas here, and they looked a lot bigger on paper than they turned out to be in form, but still, it's no big deal because we have another big cargo complex over there under, I think it's on deck 5 and 6. There's another one of these sand blocks. I wonder where the hell they're coming from. Anyways, so we'll have a huge complex down there, then probably another complex. I'm thinking of adding an additional cargo complex in the primary hall, where it's labeled as like auxiliary housing for colonists and things like that, because I have an idea how to set that up now thanks to the guys that are working over there on the Excelsior. They gave me some cool ideas to borrow from, and I plan on it. I don't know why all these sand blocks are in the air. This is really interesting. Very interesting indeed. But when you don't have the interior walls of these cargo spaces, they actually look a lot bigger. There's floating blocks everywhere. Get rid of those. I'm trying to keep my work area as clean as possible, if that can even be done. And sometimes I can pull it off, other times, no, it just gets cluttered up. But then again, that's Minecraft. There's M. Heller. She was over here checking stuff out earlier and having a good look about. But yeah, if you get on the server real quick, I'm going to upload a video. It's probably be up a couple of weeks before this video is, but it's showcasing the work that Guardian Forever and Shadow and them are doing over there. Be Guardian and Killer, Shadow, Apple, and everybody else that's helping them over there on the Excelsior build. It's a pretty amazing job they've been doing. I have to say, there's a lot of creativity going on over that we're going to borrow, hopefully, for this build, and maybe those guys, given the work that they're doing over there, they might even migrate over to the Enterprise D here and lend out filling out some of these rooms and stuff, crew quarters and system bays and things like that. At least that's the hope. We will see. We will see. You know how it is. Time changes everything. So, but yeah, what I've been doing here is I've been working on this area here, and I'm sort of kind of debating what I want to do in this 4 high area, this corridors and areas in these rooms. I'll show you the security complex here real quick. It's not really a complex. It's more of a port side, starboard side security room for the ship. And I guess if you run into a problem, you know, you need additional security, and you know, it's always good to have, like, you know, a sick bay, which is like a little medical bay right here, which has access to the main ship corridors right here, and then I think there's a turbo lift right over there. Yep. And come through here, be like a little station right here for the nurse. In here be like a little storage area. Come across here, and this is a little, I guess you'd call it a service corridor. It's not really a corridor per se. It's just a service corridor that gets you to this turbo lift. I don't know whether or not I will actually convert this to standard corridor style or not. Right now I'm just going to leave it like this, and we can figure out what we're going to do with it later on. But this is the starboard side deck 4 security area. Every deck has its own security area, complete with a couple of cells. So if somebody gets a little, they come on the shuttle and they don't want to move them around. Anyways, you gotta have a lot of security complexes on a ship. That's my reasoning, and you know, my logic could be flawed. And, you know, may not need it, but you never knew. You never knew. So figure, what the heck? Go ahead and put them in. Be safe than sorry. Plus, it uses space, and it doesn't seem like a bad idea to have one down here. So let me go ahead and, again, the doorways that I'm doing for the turbo lifts and things like that, these are subject to change depending on the whim and desire of the design team. I'm just, putting them in there and stuff like that. I might actually move this door. Actually, I'm not going to move. I'm not even going to worry about it. To be straight up honest with you, I'm not even going to worry about it. Looks pinkish. That's fine. I don't care. Go ahead and leave it the way it is. I mean, you get an idea what it is. I mean, oh, it's corridor. Duh. Turbo lift. Very neat. But through here and stuff, what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover this with wool. Snow. No, we want wool. There's wool. Got the wool. Rid of that. Don't need it. I'm actually raising, as you can see here with the black, for the area that I know is going to be converted, or actually is only going to be 3 high. I want to have something to brace off of, so I went ahead and set them up so I have something. Anyways, you can see this outline. It's kind of drawing in everything. You won't see the black because it'll all have a layer of white on it and everything else. So I'm putting it there because I know it's 4 high, and I don't, I'm not going to run these 4 high, so it's just easier just to outline everything up here in black and then leave it as that. Now the space that's in here will be available for whatever we decide to use it for. If we decide to use it for conduits, we can use it for conduits. We don't want to use it at all. We don't have to use it at all. I'll just come back through eventually and just put bracing or support, or not even worry about it, because technically it shouldn't even be worried about. You'll never see it, so it doesn't really matter. And this would just be like, whatever space. And unfortunately, with the size and design of the ship, there is quite a few areas of the ship that is, got filler in it. It's just, you can't get away from it, like areas like this. I want to get away from it, but obviously I can't, so I just fill it up. And if some point later on we decide we want to try and use this space for something else, we can. But for right now, I'm just going to fill it up and consider it golden. Now, right here, I will go ahead and just go ahead and put some wool down real quick, just to hide this, because I don't really want to look at that, to be honest with you. Of course, I'll come back through later and like, who put this wool here? Why is this wool here? This is very annoying. Why would somebody do that? But I like this. This is one of the patterns the guys used over on the Excelsior build, and I kind of like that for filling in this area here. And I might go ahead and adopt this in other areas. I really like the block combination. I think it's a nice color. I use gray on this. Actually, I have it right here in my inventory. No, that's the wrong one. I usually use this gray block in combination with that one, but as you can see, it's too hard to distinguish. But with this pattern, where they use the black wool, it's very easily seeable. So I like that. I really like that, and I might use that as the interior of some of these rooms like this. Right now, what I'm using is sand, and obviously sand, it works, but it doesn't look all that good. It just, I don't know. I sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But this pattern I do like a lot, and I might use this in these rooms. Actually, we can, because this is a service room, we can actually go the full height of the room here, and not worry about it too much. Because when we put the roof header on, it'll actually be at this level right here, so we won't see it. Another thing I hate is I like to keep my patterns even, but sometimes these rooms a little throw everything off, so you kind of end up not being able to keep them. Like this one here now faces this. It doesn't really matter because we're not linking these together like I normally would do. So because it's just going to be a square room, I want to keep that block. Whoops, I keep doing that, don't I? Darn, I did it again. So these three are the same, so I want black wool. There we go. We'll swap out that one for black wool. There we go. Sitting here mocking this up. Come back, yeah. And since this one's a full room, I can do the room header right at the top of this if I wanted to. Now, right here we see this as an issue. I can do that real quick. It cuts the room size down considerably, but it is what it is. We either live with it or we don't, and it doesn't really do that much. And the only thing that's going to be in here is systems for these right here. It's just a small, basically this whole room, this whole section of the room will be taken up for these two parts here. Actually, it'll be just for this one, and then this room will be for this one, lifeboat systems. And I kind of like that idea. I really do like the fact that we can, separate out the rooms by their function, and have double walls. What's wrong one? Double walls to make things look better. They really do. They, had I thought of this sooner, I would have resized a lot of things for the purpose of using double walls. But I'm going back through now and doing that in areas that I can, but I can only do it in so many areas. So some areas, that are already made aren't going to be double walled. But for the most part, I hope I can get most of them done as double walls, because I really like the ability to distinguish a room from the corridor outside of it. I really like that look. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back through, I'm going to retrofit all the other rooms that are these types. And, again, it may not work out that way. Because, again, the floor is this color here, and I don't know. I'm really going to have to think about it as to what I want to do with these. Now, technically, I don't need this wall here, because this is obviously a room to service this lifeboat, so we can go ahead and, actually, I'm going to keep that one there. So that one can stay open. Come back, where's that other one? It's over here. This wall can go out. I can replace this with black wool. And since we know it's going to be a service for this lifeboat, we don't need the magenta wall marker. So, yeah, I'm going to have to think about it. Again, this cream color really doesn't match well with that. I mean, gray would probably work better, and let's see what it looks like if we convert it to gray floor here. Yeah, the gray does look better, but it makes the room look, very kind of drabbish. And then again, nobody will really ever come in here. It's just one of those rooms that'll have a machine in it, and you'll see it once and like, oh yeah, cool, move on. So now normally I usually do sand for rooms like this. And even sand kind of doesn't really match this floor. I wonder what other blocks we have that might match that. That one might. And obviously this one does, but I use this one in other areas. This one would match, but that's the floor. So yeah, we're going to have to do some experimenting to see what ones we like the most. Right now I'm going to leave it like this, and actually what I could do, come to think of it, something like this. I'll have to think about it. See what I'm going to come up with. I haven't laid out the crew quarters in this section yet. This is the last section on the forward part of the ship, and then as you can see back here, I haven't done anything as far as changing the aft section, because what I'll do is I'll grab those sections, clean them, and then mirror them over to here, so I can pretty much mirror this all the way over. It looks like it's pretty much a one-to-one mirror. So yeah, no, it isn't, because this area is actually different. And that's a phaser range. That'll be a phaser range. So all these rooms here, I might not change these. Actually, these look like they're pretty well laid out for this section of the ship. I may not. Well, I got to double wall them, so I'm going to definitely have to change them anyways. But that's no big deal, because I can copy from over there, flip it, mirror it down into here, and be done with it. See you. Yeah. Got our double turbo lift thing here. I might, just for giggles, close this off and turn this into a Jeffries tube. Because I at this point I don't really see a big need to have this, except for like right here maybe, as an actual full-on double turbo lift. But then again, why not? Keep it the way it is. I have the Jeffries tube out here, which is fine, and I'll probably, where these things cross-section here, probably make a hatch right here, and then another one right there, and the same thing on these sides. I haven't done it yet, but that's probably what I'll end up doing. So these are the fabricator areas. These rooms here are designed for fabrication. So big fabricators, like an industrial replicator will be in here, and then like a fabricator will be in here, and probably another fabricator will be in here, industrial fabricator. This area might go bye-bye. Depends on how these crew quarters go. So that might go bye-bye. Now, I'm not real familiar with... Yeah, I think Panic was designing this, and I don't know if he wants to keep these birch doors or not. That's really up to him. It's pretty much his design through here. And I'm not a real fan of the all black doors, especially in a hangar area or cargo area. It just, I don't know, it just bugs me. I don't know why it does. It just seems to get on my nerves a little bit. Ooh, darn. Got a little off on that one. Fix that. And anyways, but the cargo area, as you can see, these are smaller cargos, probably, I don't know, lesser important stuff, low priority stuff, but they have room to move stuff throughout the ship here. Ideally, what I should have done is gotten rid of this corridor right here and made these bigger. And in retrospect, I'm kind of leaning that way of modifying these and just getting rid of this corridor right through here. But then this crew corridor, excuse me, this actual corridor will have to come up to here, and then this service way would probably only work off of this. I don't know. I really don't know yet. Then again, you know, it does look good the way it is, and it gives us a lot more. It just, this oval shape really just sort of throws a monkey wrench into a lot of stuff. But, you know, these smaller ones are fine because you're definitely going to want smaller cargo areas. It just doesn't seem like you can fit a lot of stuff in here. And, excuse me, I yawned there, I apologize. But these larger cargo bays are much more appropriate for the size of ship that we have here. I don't know. I'll mock up this deck, and then I'll go through and I'll make a modification with these cargo bays being larger, and then I'll decide what I want to do. We'll pick which one we want to keep. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do this complex here if I get rid of that access way right there. You know what I could do is I could leave this one here and just, you know, wall it off. Actually, be right there, and then this one would just be kind of like a horse, like a little shaped crew. I'll figure something out for it. I want to mock up this area first, then I'll come back through and I'll change all this around if I want to. You see, these are nice size ones. They're not nice size, but large enough. But again, we have our escape pods here, so that's why this is here. So I won't be able to do it because there are escape pods here. See, I might be able to do it with one or two of them, but I ain't going to be able to do it with all of them. So I can make this one and this one full size, get rid of that ramp there, and then you just have to come down through here to get to those. I don't know. We'll figure something out. And again, I'm rambling, so who knows? Who knows? This right here is an elevator down to deck 5, and there's a cargo storage area down here in deck 5. More like a scientific lab storage. That's why this is here. And what do we got going on here? There's a bathroom. This is all stuff for the shuttles for fueling and things. And these pipes, as you can see here, they actually don't go down below the deck yet, but I will mark them out so that we know they're here, and then decide what to do. Because we may actually have these piped into something else. I don't know. Underneath deck 5 here is actually tall enough that we can actually, if we wanted to, we could possibly run these actually to a fueling station or a master fill pump or something like that. So I wanted to do this anyways through here. Now obviously we can't get into this one unless I move this cargo door forward, and I'm going to do that for sake of argument, and then I'll have to mirror it on the back section of the hull. So what I'm going to do is I'm instantly going to go do that. I'm going to mark it here, and I'm going to go straight across so I know where it's at. Obviously, I'm going to know where it's at. It's going to be the same issue back here, but I want to make darn sure that my alignment is correct, and I can figure out what I'm going to do with that space in there as well. And fly me to the moon. Here we go. See, we're in line. So what I'll do here is that, and then that. So now we can get all the way through behind here. That was an easy fix. See, that's the little tweaks that I've been making on this deck. Now, this space right in here, Yeah, I think it could be. It depends because I don't know if iPanic wants a door here or like a door here. Um, and there's really not much we can do as far as spacing goes for utilizing it. I mean, this one here is obviously a Jeffries tube, but this one here can be something else. But what? That is the question. What can it be? What can it be? So let's go ahead here real quick and why not? Just for giggles. Fill it in like so. And then I'll make the floor in here gray. What the heck? It can be like a little tool locker or something. And I just don't want to screw up iPanic's work because he put a lot of work and stuff into this. Let's find a block that doesn't really get in the way here. Let's just use this one. iPanic, I did this. If you don't like it, feel free to change it back. I can just fill this room with some sort of machinery for this. But why not? You know, right now it's just what the heck, you know. Of course, for aesthetic reasons, he'll probably want to go over this way and make it two-way, because you know, something like that. But we can't do that. Oh crap! What was that? Sand? I think it was sand. There we go. This will probably get replaced. Again, I don't see why we can't just do something like that. It is okay to me, but I don't know. I really don't know. Go ahead and put it back the way it was, and we'll figure something out for this later on. Actually, if I was going to do a door, I should do the door right here. But I don't know. I really don't know. Like a door right there. Again, when you see a video of this hangar, that's just a wall. There's nothing there. But since there's space behind it that can be used for something, could be used for anything we want to use it for. Why not use it for that? So that's pretty much it. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch. Again, this is the Minetrek.net game server. If you'd hit that like button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you'd like us on Facebook, that would also be greatly appreciated. And if you like donating to the server, please do so. Any and all donations are used by M. Heller to get the server up and running. And hopefully, today is June 10th, and the word is we've got our fingers crossed. We're hoping to jump to Minecraft 1.10 sometime this summer. Got our fingers crossed, waiting on updates and plugins to get updated. And once those are done, M. Heller said she would go ahead and migrate the server up. That means get a bunch of new blocks to play with for our resource pack, and I'm greatly looking forward to that. Of course, that means lots and lots of revision work. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.